In this video, I'm going to be looking at a game supplement for Panzergrenadier. And this is called White Eagles. And it's a module that covers basically the 1939 invasion of Poland, hence the title White Eagles. This supplement is now out of date, out of print. And I think there is a new supplement that covers the same type of thing and uses a lot of the same ratings and things like that. And it's called The Deluge, I think. It's on the Poland campaign. Maybe has more scenarios than this one, but this only comes with the booklet, the scenario booklet, and design notes, and it has a counter sheet mainly with, it does have a few German units on it, but it's mostly Polish units and officers. And so one of the things, it shows 40 scenarios in this book, and there's a lot of details about what you're getting for forces. And it, in the opening section, it discusses infantry and how basically in this game the Polish infantry platoons and the German infantry platoons basically have the same ratings. However, the Polish units were a little bit larger. Their squads had more men in them than the German squads, but the Germans had a little bit better equipment when it came to the light machine gun. So the ratings kind of are a wash, and they basically present in the game as equals. The Polish do have some bicycle troops in here. There's a section on the support weapons. And the main support weapons the Poles have are the 81 millimeter mortar. They have a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun and a 40 millimeter anti-aircraft gun, which these the 37 millimeter and the 40 millimeter have anti-tank capabilities, and actually the 40 millimeter works great also for direct fire. Also, there is artillery pieces in the game. They have the 75 millimeter artillery and the 100 millimeter artillery. So that's basically what you get. There's also some armored trains that they had in here as some armored vehicles, and pretty much the same. The Germans have a couple of units, the Panzer 1s, the Panzer 2s, and cavalry. So I'm going to be looking at a specific scenario here. I think I marked it in here. Yeah, scenario 11. It's called Black Monday. And this scenario uses one map board, which comes out of the road to Berlin. It uses board 21. And this is an interesting battle. This action took place on September 25th, 1939, so it was well into this campaign. And this is what the scenario note basically says. The Polish army fought fanatically to hold Warsaw, infuriating Germany's Führer, Adolf Hitler. Hitler ordered that the Polish capital be subjected to terror attacks, and 425 bombers promptly attacked residential neighborhoods, while heavy artillery targeted them as well before the troops went forward into a new round of assault on the city's suburbs. So this is a 20-turn scenario. It starts at 7 in the morning and ends at noon, I think. And the Polish is going to be represented by elements of the 25th Infantry Division in this. And the Germans will be represented by the 10th Infantry. So this is basically an infantry on infantry battle. The victory conditions are very simple. There is a section of entrenched positions along a hill toward the rear of the map, and the Germans have to capture all of those entrenchments. and if they do, they win. If they don't, they lose. It's a very simple game in that sense. One of the unique rules that happens here because of this, 425 bomber attack, the Germans basically are going to draw 3 aircraft each turn. So every 15 minutes, basically, they get 3 aircraft, bombardment attacks, which can be brought in through regular activation. So this is quite an advantage that they're going to have here, and representing of this increased air activity. Also, the Germans have 6 16 strength off-board artillery attacks to use, and 3 20 strength attacks and 2 24 strength attacks. So this is a lot compared to the Polish, who get 3 8 strength attacks and 1 15 strength attack. So the Germans have the firepower, but it is a tall order to capture these entrenched positions, because the entrenchment gives some incredible defensive bonuses. Plus, in assault, the defense gets first fire. So this should be an interesting one to play out. If you're interested, follow along with me, and I'll cover some of the details, in a very broad brush way. So this game starts at the 7 a.m. turn, and this first picture that we're looking at, the game's already underway here, but I'll point out a few things. The gray units, of course, are German. The white are the Polish. And so you have the German 10th Infantry is attacking the Polish 25th Infantry Division, or elements thereof. So I've kind of set the poles up a little bit spread out. I've got some infantry in that little patch of woods on the lower right picture. I have a unit in the patch of woods on the left side. I've also set defensive positions up in both of the 2 towns on this map. In the left, toward the top, you have an 81 millimeter mortar set up at the back of the woods there, and then I have a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun set up in the edge of the woods. That's all on the left side. You'll see at the very top of the picture, just trying to escape the picture right on the road, I have a 100 millimeter piece. It has anti-tank capabilities, but there are no there are no tanks in this game, in this battle actually. And then you'll see the elevated region on the upper right side. That second area of elevation are all entrenched, and that's the victory conditions. The German player has to capture all of the entrenchments by the end of the game, which is basically 11:45 or 12 o'clock, one of the two. And that's going to be, it's not the easiest thing to do, although the Germans have a lot more firepower. And I think I can tell here by the way I'm starting out, I've got the Germans kind of spread out, and I'm really wanting to attack everything, and I probably really should be focusing on attacking the high terrain up there with the entrenchments. But that is kind of how the game's starting out. You'll see I've got the Polish leaders are a challenge in this game because their ranks are written in Polish, so you can tell what a captain is because it looks like captain. But these lieutenants are what you're seeing here. Like in the 2 cities, you get this excellent lieutenant on the left-hand side. He's a 10 morale, but he can boost the morale of the troops he's with, and he's got a combat strength boost as well. There's a different array of these leaders, but the captains are hard to tell. The captains and the majors are the ones that you can identify. So we'll take a look here. You'll notice the Germans have some good units in that on the right side on that patch of woods. You've got a lieutenant that's a 10 morale, a 2 combat strength, and a 1 morale boost. So he's going to be valuable. You have a captain that's leading the way up there too, an 8 morale, but he's a 1 combat and 1 morale boost, and you have a major right in the center of the map going into the city. He's a 10 morale with a 1 combat strength. And there's I've got a number of really good German units in this, German leaders, but I'm a terrible offensive player, so that may not help them. Anyway, let's carry on.